Hello, Zwifters. Alright, so I'm going to do the sprint test workout today. This is what it looks like. You can see it's basically just a warm-up. It's only 34 minutes long. Basically a warm-up with a couple 30-second hits. But the real point of the whole test is these three sections right in here. 15-second free rides, where you're supposed to put in a maximal effort. Just gonna randomly choose a course. So first thing I wanted to do actually was test this workout to figure out how I want to attack the sprints, because I'm using virtual power, and my hunch is Zwift still treats the free ride sections in a way that really won't work well with virtual power when it's a short section, and I'll explain that. So in the past, every time you hit a free ride section, okay, let's make this more clear. So erg mode's turned on right now, which means Zwift is controlling my power. It's just having me hold the target power. I've got power smoothing turned off on my Wahoo kicker, so the power number won't look perfectly smooth, which is really just an artificial thing anyway. That's why I turn it off. So in erg mode, Zwift is having me hold whatever that target power is. But then when you hit a free ride section, Zwift stops controlling your power, and it's just up to you to control your power. So you do that by shifting your bike and changing your cadence, basically. Problem in the past has been with virtual shifting. Every time you hit a free ride section, Zwift would start you in the default virtual gear, which used to be 12. Now it's 8. And that's fine if it's a long free ride section, because you can shift up to where you're comfortable. But in a 15-second long section, you're going to end up taking a few seconds just to find the right gear. It would be nice if you could find that gear heading into the section, but you don't get to shift your bike if you're in erg mode. Kind of a weird thing. Anyway, I wanted to check and see if that's the case still. So this is like my test workout, and I'm just going to tab through. I'm going to skip a bunch of sections, get to the free ride section. So here we go. I'm going to use tab on the keyboard. You can also skip sections in the companion app, but here we go. So right here, so it's still in erg mode, but then let's see what happens when I hit the free ride section. I'm just going to tab straight into it. So see, the gearing indicator shows up. It's gear 8. If I was sprinting, I would need to be in a much higher gear. Like I'm in the 20s when I sprint, out of the saddle especially. Okay, so really that's not a great solution. So my next test is to take it out of erg mode. So when I'm not in erg mode, you can see I've got virtual shifting showing, and I'm controlling my resistance now. Let's see what happens if I'm in, let's say, gear 12, and I hit that free ride. As long as it doesn't reset my gearing, then this would be the way to go. So here we go. Free ride. Yeah, keeps me there. So that's the solution. to be out of erg mode. And you can turn erg mode on and off in the middle of the workout. So I might just turn it on and off, but at least make sure it's off heading into those free ride sections. All right, I'm gonna skip this. I'm just gonna restart the workout. Able to stitch it. Right. Doesn't show the workout is completed. That's good. Zwift is requiring me to actually do it before it's marked that's done. I'm gonna go Tempest. I like flat roads for sprinting. All right, so erg is currently disabled, but I'm going to enable it. So I thought I did. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get a fan going. So just as a reminder, this is part of the Zwift Camp Baseline series. I hesitate to call it a training program because it's really only 3 workouts and then 3 tests. So it's more like an assessment, more of a training assessment that lets you learn what your strengths and weaknesses are. Or you might say your big strength and your biggest limiter. And then the idea is that Zwift will point you towards what you could do next to improve your limiter and what sort of races you might do that play to your strengths. Zwift could do other things too. I'm not sure what all they're doing in terms of advising us based on the results. But I like the idea. I like where they're headed with it. So there's 3, they're evaluating you on 3 different kinds of power. Sprint power, attacking power, I think is what they call it, which is a 1-minute test. And then, what do they call the other one? Endurance, I think. That's basically your FTP, what you can do for longer times. And this is the first test. You start with a sprint, then you do the attacking, then you do the endurance. You can do these as group workouts, but those are scheduled stage by stage, 1 stage per week, and I wanted to get this done earlier. But we're in the first week of Zwift Camp Baseline still, so the only group workouts that are available are for the sprint workout. You can't do this test in a group workout until next week, so I'm just doing it as an on-demand workout. And I'll probably do all the other 4 workouts. I'll probably do them all as on demand just so I can get them out of the way and write posts about it. I'll share my experience on Zwift Insider. Zwift needs to figure out a better solution for free ride segments in workouts when you have virtual shifting. Not sure what that is. One solution might just be to make, if it's a short free ride section, like this workout uses, 15-second free ride, is to add basically the same length section right before it, and prompt people on screen, say, hey, you're in a free ride section now. You're about to go full gas for 15 seconds. Get yourself in the right gear during this segment here, so you can hit the start of this free ride segment with everything you got. That seems like it would be the most friendly way to do it from a user's point of view. From Zwift's point of view, it might be a pain in the butt because they'd have to go back and revise workouts, which, I mean, shouldn't be that huge of a project, considering you could probably just do an automated search and find all the workouts that need to be updating pretty easily. Might take a couple hours of focus from one person to go in and update all the workouts in the library. Wasn't paying attention. All right, first little warm-up effort here. $95 RPM. Okay, doing it. Always fun when the red interval hits while you're texting. Good. Blowing out the carbon. Getting the heart rate, bumping the heart rate up. All right, one more. 70. Let me do this one standing. because I'm going to sprint standing on one of these. Get those muscles warmed up. Also gets the heart rate up faster. I mean, you really don't need to be worried about drinking 11 minutes into a 35-minute workout. But that's just my hot take for the morning. Okay, I'm gonna turn off erg mode. I wonder if I can do that on the app. Let's find out. For science. I can. Erg mode off. Alright. "54 seconds to go time." Trying to find the right gear. Just come in. This sprint woke the old heart up. It's nice that they give you 7 minutes between. Well, was in slightly too hard of a gear, I think. Felt like I was really having to mash. So I'm going to try another sprint. This next one, standing as well, but in an easier gear. I think I was in 22 that time. I need to do 20 or 21, I think. That was fun having Eric Min drop in on my workout. Not a lot of companies where the CEO is as involved in the day-to-day product as Zwift and Eric Min. He rides on Zwift almost daily, especially this time of year. Knows the product very well. Is involved in the community. 3 minutes. Heart rate's still higher than it should be. You can see I didn't get a star for the interval leading up to that last sprint because my power was too high because I was not in erg mode. It won't matter though, because Zwift still gives me credit for doing the test. I'm not sure what the threshold is for getting credit, but my working theory is you just can't skip any intervals. You have to actually ride them, no matter what your power level is. Okay. The other annoying thing I noticed is the companion app lets you turn erg mode off, but it doesn't let you turn it back on. So see, this is the issue. It resets you back to the gear you were in, or back to the default gear whenever you drop out of erg mode. There's no reason to be in gear 8. All right, 1 minute. Actually felt like I was still in too hard of a gear, too high. So now I'm torn about whether I should do a seated sprint like I was planning on doing, or another standing one at an easier gear. It's odd because the virtual gears here during the workout seem higher than when I'm free riding. So when I'm free riding on flat ground, with a pace partner group like Coco, I'll spin around at gear 14 usually, 90 RPM, around 200 watts. But just now, when I was in 14, doing like I was in the high 200s. The resistance is higher, I don't know why. Makes it hard to know what gear to be in. I know what gears work when I'm free riding, truly free riding. Oh, and in case you're wondering, the graph at the bottom, I believe the graph is limited at 600 watts. That's why you see the flat tops. It's not that that's me controlling my power, my peak power at amazing ways. It's the graph not going any higher. I don't know why that is. I think it's kind of goofy. I think it'd be really cool if it showed the full height. All right. I got one more. I'm gonna do it seated. I feel like I at least got close to my max on the standing ones. All right, turn your off. One second. Here comes Keith Leroy. Keith rides an Imperial Century every day. And I'm not exaggerating. You can see he's 163K in. It's basically 100 miles now. I wrote an article about him on Zwift Insider. I think he's like 800 plus days into this streak of daily 100-mile plus rides. That's crazy. Looks like he's on a coffee break right now, though. Well, this workout worked me a little more than I thought it would. With all-out sprints, man. Can get you. So here's the secret that Zwift shared with me that I'm not going to share with others in an article, but if you happen to be listening, they told me that they're looking at your 10-second best in this test. Not your 15-second best, your 10. Because they wanted to give people time to ramp up their power a bit in the short segment. The question is, what was my 10-second best? And I think after this test, I'll get an email from Zwift telling me what that power number is. I don't know how quickly those emails come. We'll find out. A check-in on your fitness. Just train smarter this season. It's a good way to describe it. My hunch is I'll set a new 10-second power PR, at least for the last 90 days or whatever Strava shows. Because I don't remember the last time that I sprinted on fresh legs for 15 seconds. We'll see what that shows. Possible that I was gonna say possible it'll bump up my Zwift racing score, but I don't think it will because that's based on 30-second power right now. Well done. See if we got any interesting screenshots. Nope. Now it shows I completed it. That's good. Let's look at my activity. Yeah, big bump. Here's this is actually all of 2024, so this whole year. That's my best power by far. 996 for 15 seconds. Almost 1,000. So close. 14 seconds. If it was 14 seconds, I would have had it. Yeah. Groovy. Alright, well, now I'm off to a big race. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you out there.